Hey guys, welcome to the channel. As you see in the thumbnail, what if Issei confessed to Koneko and got massive harem part 2. Before I start, please do support for more awesome content and subscribe my channel and like this video. Go support and follow the LOJZEK91 for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story, link in the description. Let's start this video. So, Cao Cao is back. This will be a tough fight, judging from our previous battles. It's true that he is just a human now, without the true longiness, but I'm also without my balance breaker. I have some strength from being a devil, but almost nothing else. My magic is weak as hell. I have no talent for special attacks. My sacred gear does still appear even if Drake is sleeping, but it can't boost me, so it is basically useless. What can I do? Ice. Cao Cao may have said he is weak, but he is dishonorable enough to lie about it. Ria says that as I'm thinking about the same thing. Is he really that dishonorable? He is weird, but he is also strong and a hero, or at least a descendant of one. He is still strong, no matter what. I guess he wouldn't lie about it, I believe he has enough honor. Anyway, you have to be extremely careful. He still can have a trick up his sleeve. You know Hades is only waiting for a reason to start a huge war. Riaz is of course right. That geezer is just crazy enough to give Cao Cao something he can use to cheat, so more devils can attack him, and he can then use that as a cause for war. I will have to prepare for anything, and hopefully Drake will wake up by Thursday, even if only for 10 minutes. Thinking about this and other things, I was walking home. Koneko was with me. She just wouldn't leave me alone, and I liked that. We tried not to hold hands so people wouldn't want to kill me, however we didn't last long. As soon as we got out of Kuo Academy grounds, she kind of just grabbed my hand and held tight onto it. There was an audible gasp from behind, but I didn't care. I accepted her hand. Let's just go to a park or something. Riaz and others went home already. So we went to a park and sat on a bench. She sat on my lap. Senpai, please be careful. You are also scared about what Cao Cao is planning. He spells trouble. I feel it. I know. I'm kinda afraid too. But I will not fail, I promise. I can't let him get his true longiness back. I will perform the whole night tonight so you will be well rested. You need it. No. You have to sleep as well. I will. I can perform it while sleeping, you know. How? I find it hard to believe. How can you do something like that while you're unconscious? Senjutsu is a very basic technique for a nekomata, so it would be a shame for me if I couldn't. You're so kind, Koneko. Thanks for that. I care for you, that's all, senpai. Please, call me Ice. I've already told you. It's hard all of a sudden to do that. She hugs me tightly after saying that. I simply can't lose this fight. Very bad things will happen if I do. I will need your help. Please be awake Thursday night. We did our homework there before coming home. I carried Koneko home. As I arrived, there were Riaz, Asia and Akeno waiting for me. They looked kind of angry. Where were you, Ice? Riaz doesn't like someone else getting more attention from Ice. Fufu, to be honest, neither do I. I was just afraid something happened to you. But I also don't like you giving more attention to someone else. Even if it's Koneko-chan. Asia adds the two sentences after Riaz and Akeno look at her. Oh, boy. This will be fun. We did our homework together, that's all. Fufu, Ice, you will need to explain some things later. Akeno winks at me. This will get very interesting. No, Akeno. Not later. Right now. Come, Ice. Riaz is determined. I have no choice. So we went inside and sat in the living room. Now, Ice. It's not that I'm angry, I was just concerned. Why didn't you tell me anything? Well, it just kinda happened. Right, Koneko. Actually, I wanted to be alone with Ice a little. She did what? I mean, I love her, but was she planning it all? I see. You could still say something. Just tell me next time, right? Ice is much too precious for me to lose again. You can't even imagine how sad I felt in Romania while you were all here with him. Someone knocks at the door as the debate finishes. Who it might be? Hey, Occult Research Club. Have you missed me? Azazel-sensei. He has returned. We give him tea and talk. So, sensei, what did you achieve? Nothing, really. It seems that the conflict cannot be resolved easily. It won't happen for a while, though. They will need Gasper-kun, but otherwise it shouldn't be a problem for us. What do you mean, shouldn't be? I asked that. The last thing I need is some bloody vampire war one have to fight in. Well, I'm sure Riaz told you that the Teeps faction is very arrogant. The Carmilla faction isn't much better. Gasper, who is a member of one of the Teeps families, is in our group and is also extremely important to both sides, even if Teeps don't know that Carmilla wants his help, as far as I know. Why do we always have to find trouble everywhere we go? I honestly believe the answer to that question is inside you. What? What is he talking about? My sacred gear. The dragon's nature is one that attracts members of the opposite and also one that seeks trouble. If the dragon doesn't find trouble on its own, the trouble will find the dragon. That's why you and Saji and Vali are always fighting. It's only lucky for Vali that he enjoys that immensely. You and Saji don't, if I observed you two enough. However, you can't hide from this. It's a dragon's destiny to fight. Sensei speaks that with some kind of joy. I sigh. I guess that's why Cao Cao can't leave me alone. Sensei widens his eyes. Cao Cao? What are you talking about, Issei? He has challenged me for a duel. Thursday night. How in the world did he escape from Hades? He let Cao Cao out for a week. That's what Cao Cao said. But that's madness on his side. Yeah, well, madness or not, I must fight him. If I don't, he can do anything he wants and we can't stop him at all. What do you mean? If Cao Cao is attacked by anyone other than Issei before Thursday, a war between the underworld and the three factions will start. Ria's answers that for me. I couldn't even open my mouth before she started talking. Like she knew that Azazel would ask that. This is definitely worrisome. Sensei says that while rubbing his beard. Yes, it is. Especially if Drake doesn't wake up. Sensei. Yes. Is there any way to wake up, if only for an hour or so? He is still asleep. No, unfortunately no. I haven't found the technique or anything like that yet. I was thinking that maybe if Koneko used on my sacred gear. Oh, you dropped the honorifics. That is interesting indeed. Just what happened while I was gone. Gyufu, sensei, I think this isn't the moment to talk about this. The Keno says it just like that. He's too smart not to get suspicious, you know. Right. Well. With you as well. No, that isn't important right now, as you said, Akeno. So, about the Senjutsu. Well, to be honest, I haven't tried it yet, but you might as well. Do you think it's safe? It is a dragon, after all. This is what I say. I don't know how dragons react to such things. I don't want to hurt him even more. Well, it definitely can't do much harm if it's Kaneko's powers. She is still a bit weak because she's still growing. Koneko looks down in disappointment. I lift her chin up again and look her in the eye. She hugs me the next moment. Something definitely changed in this house. Well, anyway, you can try without any serious consequences. Drake is quite a strong dragon, so there shouldn't be any problem whatsoever. He says it confidently. I have no use doubting him if he is confident, I think. After a bit of talking about Cao Cao and Romania and everything, everyone but me and Sensei left the living room. He sat next to me. Issei. What happened while I was gone? What do you mean? This caught me a bit off guard. Oh, you know what I mean. How come you dropped the honorifics with Koneko and apparently Akeno as well? I blushed. Seriously. At this. The proudest moment of my life and I blush. Sometimes I don't understand myself at all. Ooh, something really big happened, am I right? So, how far did you manage to go? Did you suck? Squeeze. I start stuttering. Just how stupid am I? Don't tell me you went all the way. Issei. The way you act, you might have unlocked a hell of a special move by doing this. Tell me, how far did you go? He seems excited beyond all proportions about this. But how did he realize it so quickly? Am I really this bad at keeping the lewd stuff to myself? Well, how to tell you I are Ria's, Koneko, Akeno and Asia everything. I can't even speak properly anymore. What the fuck? Sensei starts laughing almost hysterically. Oh, boy. This is rich. 4 of them. All of them. God knows how many special attacks have you acquired because of this. Because of what? Oh, welcome back, Sensei, I apologize. Zenobia. Shit. Or. Oh, and there comes another one. Issei, you surely are a special devil. What's with the face, Ice? Hahaha. He didn't tell you. He was with Ria's, Akeno, Asia and Koneko. Sensei. Shut up. IIW would tell her eventually even though Zenobia has an amazing body which I would love to explore. Hi. I can finally take the next step then. Saying that, she jumps on me right there. Hey, Sensei is still here, you know. And my parents can walk in at any time. To be honest, I'm kind of amazed they haven't yet. Oh, this will be fun. Can I watch? No. Sensei, you can't. Too bad. He just leaves like it's nothing. On the other hand, her soft, firm and her silky tongue is very nice. Suddenly she stops and rises up while starting to undress. Wait. Ha. Don't you want me? It's not that I don't want it's just that anyone can come here and see. Before I can finish, she grabs me and almost carries me towards her room. She is strong. Then we come into her room, which she locks immediately and undresses. Almost instantly, her amazing body is revealed to me. Her nice big eyes are dangling right in front of my face. She undresses me as well. Then there's a knock on the door. Zenobia-san, is I-san there? Yes, we're making babies. You can't say that. It's Koneko. She then walks to the door and lets Koneko in. What? She steps into the act almost instantly and before I know it, both are on me and we are all naked. How does that happen? You virgin? Yes. Then I'll show you how it's done. Koneko is very confident in teaching Zenobia this stuff. This will be interesting. And Koneko is licking my part. So soft. Zenobia joins her on the other side, mimicking almost every single move Koneko makes. The feeling is actually amazing. After a while, they stop. Koneko-chan. Well, I admit this was nice and all, this isn't how you make babies, am I not right? That's true. You make them like this. And she positions herself on top of my part and starts sliding, and it's still so tight and warm. Just like the first time. I feel like I'm in heaven. Wait. I don't want Issei to give birth to you. Saying that, Zenobia picks Koneko off me. Before I know it, she impales herself instead. Then she screams. Hi, this hurts. If you had waited, I would have told you it hurts the first time. Even if Zenobia is in pain, she doesn't stop herself up and down. Weirdly enough, she is almost as tight as Koneko. This surprises me since she is quite bigger than Koneko, including her. However, I don't have much time to think because I feel the pressure inside me. Koneko sees that and lifts Zenobia at the perfect moment as I explode a second later. What is that? Explosion. This is what makes babies. Then why didn't you let him do that? No. No kids until graduation. Koneko sure is strict. Zenobia is just looking at her in awe. I see. So, only this way now? Exactly. Zenobia seems disappointed but still happy in a way. I start thinking about what Azazel said before, though. Did I really achieve some new powers? I don't recall feeling any special feelings after my first time with Rias. You know, other than the feeling of finally graduating from virginity. So it may be that feeling covered the one of strength I felt after touching Rias the first time. Still. I had a few questions for Sensei. A few questions regarding this that need to be answered. Like, can I use them without a balance breaker? How will I know what to do to unleash them? If they aren't connected to a balance breaker, could they be too powerful for my body? And some others. I need to talk to Sensei fast. It was very nice lying on the bed with Zenobia and Koneko by my side. But I needed some answers, so I left. I have to find Sensei. Luckily, he was still in our kitchen drinking tea with Rias and Akeno, chatting with them. Damn it. I can't ask him these things with him there. Oh, Issei. Come here. Done already? Hey. What do you mean by that? It's Rias who asks that. Well, tell her. Azazel is musing, looking all smug while doing it. You damn fallen angel. Well, Zenobia and I. Rias, are you losing him? Shut up, Akeno. This is certainly worrisome, though. My cute ice is really getting away from me. It's not true. I still love you. She attacked me. Ask Sensei. Dufu, excuses are getting better and better. I'll have to take better care of him. Just you wait. But I thought you were okay with it. Why, you said so yourself. I look at her in disbelief. I did. And it's true. But still, it's hard even for me, you know. I love you very much and I feel I might not be the first lady anymore. That will never happen. You're my Rias. I love you too. Dufu, I'm still here, you know. I feel left out. Akeno. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I just sit down, defeated and losing the power of speech. Damn you, Sensei. You just had to say that, didn't you? Anyway, I feel there's something you wanted to ask me, right, Issei? Yes, I actually did. And I would already ask if you didn't make me lose my grip. Why, yes. It's about the abilities. I thought so. So, what do you want to know? Well, for starters, can they be used without a balance breaker, knowing that my previous power-ups were all connected with that? I don't know for certain since you are a very strange person. I can take you for observations at the Grigori. No. I remembered how destroyed Gasper looked when he returned from training, and I think I don't want to know how observation looks like at the Grigori. Right, you don't have time for that, it's already this Thursday. Why yeah, that. I stroke my hair after saying that. Sure, if you want to believe that, you can. I don't mind. So, do you have any other questions? Well, I think the answers might be the same as the first one, but worth a try. Even if the abilities are usable without the armor, can my body withstand it? Probably yes, to be honest. You have strengthened yourself quite a bit while training with Tannen, so I think there shouldn't be much problem. I was surprised at the answer. There's one more question I want answered, though. And how would I get about finding how to invoke those abilities? Sensei thinks for a second. I heard from Rias here that you have been training with Koneko lately. And now that Udo is also back, you can train with both at the same time, maybe even throw Rias and Akeno in. You would have to be under pressure, that's for sure. This means that maybe you should train with all of them at the same time. At the same time against everyone. Are you crazy? Are you sure this is the only way? Not necessarily, but it's better safe than sorry in this case. Either way, I suppose you'd be under a similar amount of pressure while fighting Cao Cao. He's right. So I guess I'll have to train my hardest tomorrow morning. Sensei told everyone after dinner what the plan was. We even had Kiba, Irina and Gasper over, so the table was filled to the brink. After dinner, Sensei asked me to have a private talk. Issei, I think it's a good idea for you to get some sleep right now. Tomorrow will be tough even if you get a good rest, but at least tomorrow, you shouldn't get hurt. I listen to what he says and just go to sleep. Wake up, Ice. It's training time. What? I've just gone to sleep. What's the time? Who, what? Come on, don't be lazy. It's 3 already. There is someone with red hair yelling at me. Rias. Why? And what do you mean, it's 3 already? Come on, everybody is already down there. Get dressed. She sees me afterwards. So I guess I'm already going to have to train. I try to dress myself quickly, but then I notice that my room is completely empty, not even Asia is there. Don't tell me she'll fight me too. I go down with Rias to our basement in the room we use for training, and I barely believe my eyes. There are Zenobia and Irina in their full battle gear, Koneko, Kiba, Rias, Akeno and even Gasper and Asia. Asia even summoned Fafnir. Don't tell me I'll have to fight all of them. Azazel too. I can't fight against him alone, let alone a group with him in it. Don't worry, I won't fight you. I'll just supervise. Okay, that's a relief. But still, all of them. I feel pressure already. Wait, is that Office behind everyone? I can't fight a dragon god. Office is mostly an observer, but she can release one attack. I told everybody but Office not to hold back too much. Office should though. She is much too strong. Asia will mostly heal you though, since her attack powers are quite limited. She will control Fafnir nevertheless. So Asia is half my side, half my opponent. I'm confused. Well then, start the training. Hey. I'm not ready yet. But before I can say anything, I have to dodge the 2 knights bolting towards me. Before I come to terms with what happened, I have to dodge yellow and crimson spheres sent towards me by Akeno and Rias. Power of destruction and holy lightning at the same time. This is unfair. Compose yourself, man. You won't get out of this alive if you don't. So I keep on dodging the attacks with the occasional attack hitting me, at which point I fall down or fly away. Then I feel something. It's growing from my back. What ability is this? Attack stopped. What happened? I look behind me and see 2 pairs of demon wings. Seriously? This is it. I try to control them. It works. I can fly on my own. Okay, so it's not half bad. But still, it isn't a new ability. 2 pairs of functioning wings. Interesting. This means a great deal of demonic power gained in the past few weeks. I can now confirm that your new abilities aren't balance breaker exclusive. Demonic power. So this means I can finally use demonic attacks. Awesome. Continue. Asia, enter Fafnir. Why yes, sensei. Right. Fafnir wasn't attacking me before. Shit. A giant fireball. I dodge it. There is a black sphere coming in my direction as well. This must be Office's attack. I put all my effort into dodging it. It creates a giant hole in the ceiling behind me. The attacks are relentless. I try to dodge them all, but crash. I get hit square in the chest by one of Kiba's attacks. My wings disappear and I fly backwards. With a loud thud I fall down. Asia is right there and starts healing me. At least I have that privilege. Issei, try to concentrate on your demonic power. I'll try. Is what I say, gasping for air. After I regain enough strength to rise up, the attacks continue. I try dodging them while concentrating. I feel a strange rush running through my body. Suddenly, my wings grow again and I rise above them all, while 5 orbs are surrounding me. 5 colors. Silver, white, yellow, crimson and green. Everybody stops attacking, even Fafnir is looking amazed. Issei, that looks amazing. What do those orbs do? I have no idea. Well, try to use them. I nodded sensei. Okay. Use them. How should I go about that? Should I touch them? Should I say the color? I'll try this first. It sounds less dangerous. I woke up. Where am I? What happened? Was I just dreaming? Were those powers for real or not? Sensei is sitting next to my bed, he has wide open eyes. So it was real. Issei, that was something amazing. I have never seen anything like this before. Now I really see what your power is. You have to continue collecting those orbs. There are still 3 missing. What do you mean, missing? The orbs formed a circle around you, however it was apparent that there should be 8 of them. You have 5 of them. Only 5 and yet all that amazing power. You need all 8. He's right, I guess. But how am I supposed to obtain them? Wait. Yes, I believe you are thinking in the right direction. Azazel says that. Seriously, can everyone read minds except me? Even if that's the case, just how am I supposed to collect 3 more orbs? I probably can't do that by Thursday. But it should be enough for Cao Cao. Phew, he doesn't know what is awaiting him. I can barely wait to dispose of him once and for all. Just try not to get too cocky about this power. However strong it is, if you become too arrogant, it will become a problem. Sensei is of course right. No matter how powerful I get, I can never underestimate my opponents. It's what allowed me to kill Shalba Beelzebub twice. Training and studying, Thursday comes very quickly. After we finished with school for the day, I wanted to go home to prepare for the fight. But in front of our classroom there was Kaichu. I got afraid. Ice-kun, can I talk with you? Why you want to talk with me? Did I do something wrong? Well, I can't say no to the president of the student council, so I nod and follow her. Where are we going? We arrive at the door. This is my office. As a president of the student council I get my own office, which is amazing. There's something weird about her. She's not as serious as usual. Is she even smiling? She apparently realized that as well. She stopped that immediately after I thought of it. She opened the door and invited me inside. Okay, so. Ice-kun. It has come to my attention that you are to have a battle with Cao Cao tonight and that it was determined that the battleground will be the school courtyard. I think you know that this worries me, right? Why yes Kaichu. But I didn't have a choice. I do, however, believe that you won't do anything rash to destroy the school grounds. You are undoubtedly aware that tomorrow is a school day and that we probably cannot fix the whole school overnight, and I also cannot count on my second-year students to help because the semester test is tomorrow. Clear as the sky, Kaichu. Then it's settled. If you won't damage the school property, I might even put up a good word for you at the grading committee. Wait, what? Is Kaichu willing to cheat me if I don't damage the school tonight? Hey Kaichu. Yes. Did you just say what I heard you say? I most certainly did. But isn't that cheating? She bows her head. It is. And I feel awful for this, that's why I said that I might. Doesn't mean I will. However, I will be watching the battle closely. It is important that you win, but it is also more important to keep the school as untouched as possible. We cannot afford another delay for this test. I will do my best. And, Ice, one more thing. Be careful. This Cao Cao is very unpredictable and definitely a tough opponent that will be extremely hard to beat. She looks at me with stern eyes, though there is some softness in her eyes. Or am I imagining things? If it's the first, I am extremely sorry Saji. After this I go home. On my way a stranger gives me a piece of paper and disappears. Don't forget. At 8 you must be there or it will be bad. This is what is said on the paper. It sends chills down my spine. Before I know it, it's 7 and I must go. All members of our household follow me, and as I approach Kuu Academy, the student council is already waiting. Or at least Kaichu and Fukakeichu and some other members that aren't in their second year. As I stand in the middle of the playground, I feel that aura coming. Before long. Cao Cao is in front of me, a smirk on his face. I'm glad you have decided it's better if you fight me. Don't flatter yourself. I'm here to destroy you once and for all. Well, I'll let you activate your armor just so you don't fall down with the first blow, pitiful dragon. Sorry. No armor tonight. Oh, cocky, are we? Do you really think a mere dragon can defeat me without his armor? I don't know. I do know that I can't use that armor now because the dragon in my sacred gear is sleeping. Even better. I'll end this swiftly then. Saying that, Cao Cao lunges into the air and tries to attack me. I dodge his attack easily. Oh, so you are faster without that thing. Interesting. I try to attack him with my fists and he blocks it just in front of his face. He seems surprised but undaunted. So we exchange blows for a while and Rias and others cheer for me. Cao Cao doesn't have anyone on his side. He is also quite weak. He is really just a human. I attacked again, this time a bit faster and hit him in the chest. First hit for you. Well done. He just shakes it off. He starts a frenzy of attacks, which I dodge or block easily. I then hit him again. This time he stops for air. Stronger you have become stronger. But still not strong enough. Now he appears to unleash a barrage of attacks that are hard for me to block. A few of them manage to hit me. I'm getting hit quite often with this barrage of hits coming my way. The last one sends me back a few meters. Ice. And no. Asia, you cannot heal him. Don't or it will be bad. But he is hurt. No. We can't have the war erupt no matter what. I know it's hard for you, but just don't. Riaz and Asia are worried. To be honest, I am a bit worried too. From where did he summon such speed and strength? I believe in my senpai. Cao Cao, you're making my cute eyes angry. Thanks for your faith, Koneko, Akeno. I slowly rise up. Cao Cao continues his attack immediately. So this is how weak you are without the sacred gear. Haha, how pitiful. I see he let his guard down for a second and is focusing merely on hitting me. This is my chance. I hit as strong as I can at the opening he left and he flies to the center of the playground. This gives me an opportunity to breathe a bit. Cao Cao is lying in the middle, shivering and holding the place on his abdomen where I hit him. That was a strong punch, Sekiryuite. However, I still haven't finished. Saying that, he pulls out a pill of some sort and swallows it. What is in that pill? Immediately after that he launches himself against me with great speed. I can't prepare for my defense. Thud. I fly backwards from the hit. Crash. I hit the wall behind me. When I look at the wall, it has a visible hole in it. Kaichu will be mad. Wait. Where did Cao Cao go? Sekiryuite. He's flying. How? Are you wondering what's inside that pill? It was a one-time power-up. It lasts for an hour and gives me the ability to fly, as well as increases my strength and speed tenfold. Tenfold. So that's why his attack was so strong and quick. Oh, I forgot. You cannot fly. This means I have an overwhelming advantage. Better give up now. Or better, don't and let me destroy you completely before I get my true longiness back. He's so confident. I'm afraid I can't do either of those two things, Cao Cao. However, your advantage is moot. I grow my wings and fly towards him. So you have learned to fly. Damn it. This changes my strategy. Don't worry, it changes mine too. We exchanged hits in the air for a while. Cao Cao starts attacking in a more panicking way. This must mean his power-up will expire soon. He doesn't show any fear though. The desperate attacks leave him open, which I use to my advantage and throw him on the ground in one hit square into his chest. As he falls, he produces a crater in the playground. Shit. I look at Kaichu, who is looking peaceful as if nothing happened. Okay, this is weird. But I still have to win this fight. Cao Cao picked himself up and is in the air again. That was a good shot, Sekiryuite. However, now it's time for my ultimate attack. Saying that, he starts charging some power into his arms. Wait, I thought you were a human. Surprised. Yeah, that pill also gives limited magic power. Though I have mastered it almost perfectly and it should be enough to smash you into oblivion. The sphere is becoming bigger. This will leave a huge hole anywhere it hits. I instinctively rise up higher so he has to aim for me. He doesn't even flinch, though. Sekiryuite, your friends here are completely exposed. Are you sure you want to do that? This fight is between you and me, not them. But I can still attack them. He smirks at me while saying that. That bastard. I can't let him do that. I start charging my powers. Come on. I need you now. Don't fail me. Mystic nature activate. Yes. It's working. Cao Cao looks at me dumbfounded. What's that, Sekiryuite? An attempt to scare me? I can see uncertainty in his eyes as the orbs start to form a circle around me. Silver orb, attack. Silver sword critical strike. An arrow of power in the shape of a sword launches against Cao Cao, who is still powering up his magic. It's going straight for his magic sphere. With a loud crash, the sword destroys the sphere. That's impossible. A mere dragon. I'm a devil, not a dragon. A dragon is inside my sacred gear. Dragon is my partner. Anyway, you are a puny being. I sense fear in his words, but also determination. How did you manage to acquire this attack, you puny devil? I'll tell you soon. Maybe if you're smart enough, you'll get it yourself by the time I'm finished. White orb, attack. White cat overtime strike. The white orb releases a horde of familiars that are in the shape of a cat. See, Cao Cao, these familiars have one attack only. You may stop some of them, but are you strong enough to stop them all? Cats, attack. All of them jump at Cao Cao instantly after saying that. He manages to stop about a quarter of them, others scratch him. Sekiryuite. These kittens of yours can barely claw me. They didn't do much damage, they are weak. Just like you. Don't be so sure. Look at your wounds. He checks one of the wounds on his arm and there is quite some blood rushing from it. What's this? A wound like that shouldn't bleed this much. Basically, this attack gives you damage over time. It's why it's incredibly potent and I would have used it first if you didn't have that magic sphere I had to destroy. But I'm not done yet. I need something first though. Green orb, attack. Holy green maiden healing wave. Green light hits Cao Cao straight in the chest. After that it returns to me and I absorb it, receiving the health that was just stolen from Cao Cao. Hey, this hurt, you puny devil. He tries to fly, but his wings don't work anymore. He spits some blood. This attack not only steals your health and transfers it to me, it also decreases your strength. You can't fly anymore, Cao Cao. Do you want to surrender? Never. As you wish. Yellow orb, attack. Super S yellow holy lightning. The holy lightning strikes at Cao Cao with such speed that he can't even move before it hits him and throws him on the other side of the playground, making a crater. Oh well, I'll have to repair that as well, I guess. Cao Cao. Any guesses yet as to how I managed to acquire these powers? After some gasping and picking himself up, he is finally able to speak again. Knowing you, it just had to do with something lecherous. Have you finally sucked your masters? Close enough. The first, silver orb, was obtained with help from our knight, Zenobia, who is a master sword wielder. The white orb was obtained with our rook, Koneko's help. She is a Nekomata, hence the cat familiars. The green one was obtained with Asia, our holy maiden bishop with healing powers. The yellow one was given to me by our queen and super sadistic holy lightning wielder, Akeno. So, do you want to guess what this orb is? He looks at me in disbelief. No, I can't be. But it is. After graduating from virginity with my master, Ria's Gremory, who is master of destructive power, I have received the Crimson Orb. You are indeed a worthy opponent, Cao Cao, but this is our final battle. I hope you are also aware that this isn't my complete orb ring. There are 3 orbs still missing from it. And you are not nearly as powerful enough to make me wait to use them on you. To be honest, you're not worthy of even these 5 orbs as I originally thought. I should use this orb at the beginning and end your existence forever. Enjoy the underworld. Crimson orb, attack. Crimson ruin absolute destruction. The crimson sphere is launched against Cao Cao, who disintegrates on contact. As the crimson light fades, I land at the spot where he was standing and just look at the crater the crimson destruction sphere left behind. I fold my wings and finally I hear cheers from behind me. I turn around and everybody is running towards me. I won't be able to withstand them all. Smash. I am thrown on the ground and all the girls are piling around me, while Gasper, Azazel and Kiba are standing close and yelling. Well done, Ice. Amazing. Why you have shown him, Ice-san. Senpai, I am a proud manager now. Even if you had to be lewd to achieve these powers. I hear these and similar shouts. Ice-kun, this was a great fight. Even Kaichu says that. I feel flattered. Wait, what is she doing? She's walking towards me. She picks me up and sees my forehead. I do, you bastard. Saji. No. It's not what it looks. Boo-ha. I receive a punch straight into the abdomen and fall down immediately. Saji, what was that about? Kaichu looks angry. Oh, if you only knew. I am sorry, Kaichu. It's just that it seemed like breaking of the rules by him and he tries to pull himself out of this. Well, he can't say it straight to her that he is in love with her. Poor Saji. Asia is by my side healing me, for which I am thankful. Rias and Akeno are still dumbfounded by the fact that Kaichu had me. Believe me, I am as well. Wait. Isn't Saji second year? Saji. Why are you even here? Weren't you supposed to sleep so you can pass the exam? Kaichu asks him that. Yeah, why is he here instead of sleeping? I wanted to see Issei battle that bastard. I will help fix the school since I don't need sleep. I have already learned everything I can. As I am strong enough to rise again, Koneko jumps on me and sees me passionately without saying anything. Her tongue is exploring me and I can't give any resistance because the orb attacks have exhausted me. But it's a great feeling. Well, Occult Research Club, I think it's time to repair the playground as much as possible before dawn. And Ice, thank you for not destroying everything. She winks at me after saying that. What is happening with Kaichu? This is not the Sona Kaichu I know. I don't have much choice but to help repair the grounds, even though I'm completely done for. As if this wasn't enough, I still have the exam tomorrow. Third and first years have a day off, so Koneko, Rias, Akeno, Gasper and Ravel are lucky and can sleep. But for me, this will be another long day. I just hope the questions won't be too hard. The battle with Cao Cao provided me with a challenge, but I thought it would be a tougher fight. It appears I worried too much about it and should study for my exams more. It's just 10 minutes before the start now and I'm fervently sweeping through my notes, hoping the questions won't be too hard. The bell rings. It seems the moment of truth is here. We are sent to a huge hall that is full of tables. I didn't even know we had such a big hall in our school. We are seated, they call us by names, and then we go to our designated spots. Mitsuda, Motohama and I are seated a long way apart. Kiba is sitting in front of me. Zenobia, Irina and Asia are on the opposite side of the hall from me, seated next to each other. After we are all seated, teachers start walking between the rows and give out our papers. Wait a second. Is this really the semester test? The questions seem way too easy, or is that just me? I look around quickly and I seem to not be the only surprised one. Apparently it is true that the questions are not hard. Well then, this is shaping to be easier than expected. This means I will have more time to think about other things. But first I have to answer everything. It didn't take me much time, but there were about 10 people that finished before me, Asia and Kiba included. So I go outside to find them and wait for others. Ah, there they are, sitting on the stairs of the old school building. Hey. How did it go? I thought it was supposed to be a tough test. I was a little surprised too, to be honest. Hey, Ice-kun. Yes. You were amazing yesterday, you know. So effortless against a foe like Cao Cao, you are truly starting to become strong. I think your method of obtaining those powers is weird, though. Hey. The way I obtain my powers is the best way to obtain anything. Don't mock me now, man. What do you mean, weird? Well, it's not really natural to gain powers by copulating. You are saying that as if it's a bad thing. I quite enjoy it, you know. I guess. I say that while rubbing my hair. I am truly wondering who are the remaining 3 that will give you the last 3 orbs. Do you already know who they are? This question caught me off guard. Well, not really. I mean him. I never really thought about that. But the question is valid. Who are the last 3 I will have to get those orbs? Could it be Shinra Senpai or some other Citri girl? That would really be something special. What if it were a human girl? Would that still give me some sort of power? Even though the only girls that like me are devils. Ayu-san, why do you have that look on your face? Shit. I got lost in lecherous thoughts. I don't know who it will be, of course. Well, whoever it will be a lot of fun. But first I have to train hard for the next foe who will undoubtedly be stronger than Cao Cao. And for now I have to concentrate on the 5 powers I already have. As we were chatting away freely, Zenobia and Irina came over. We debate the test and how easy it actually was in contrast to what we were told. I mean, wasn't this supposed to be a school that's one of the best in the country and one of the hardest to get into? Did we really have teachers that were so good that it made us think the questions were easy? I figured they might have given us the wrong exam, one that was supposed to be for the first-year students. Then I saw a slender figure coming towards us. I couldn't quite see who it was because the sun was shining directly in my eye. It was definitely a girly figure, but it wasn't Ria's or anyone from the occult research club. Ice-kun, may I have a word with you? It was Kaichu. Did I do anything? I looked at Kiba, who was just as puzzled as I was. I don't dare to ask what's the meaning of this, so I just nod and go after her. She takes me to her office again. How was the exam, then? It was a bit easier than expected. Really? Or have you just studied extremely hard? There were a lot of people who were looking just as amazed as me at the exam. This is definitely weird. It was not supposed to be this easy. Saying that, she smirks. Wait, what? As I am just standing there looking stupid with open in disbelief, she looks at me and smiles. Ice-kun, anything wrong? Did you just? What? Oh, no. I wasn't trying to say I did something like this. The president of the student council does not have the power to convince the teaching staff to give out easy exams. Apparently they decided on their own. I am not quite buying it, but I won't try to oppose her. The last thing you want to do is get on the student council president's bad side. And there is still that smile on her face that is never there. There is something different about her and I know it. I just don't know what it is that is different. She stands up from her desk and gives me a stern look. I am honestly a bit afraid. Ice-kun, I want you to be honest now. There is one question I have to ask you. Why, yes. You see, I have told you I had a fiancé, right? Yes. And that I don't have one anymore because he was stupid and I broke it off for that reason. Yes. You see, lately I wasn't very happy with my status. Not the council president status, I love it and I always will. My friend status. My male friend status, to be exact. I'm not really sure I know where she's going with this, but I have a hunch. Ice-kun, would you want to date me as well? What? Did I really hear her say those words? I'm taken aback. I don't know how to react. Hey Kaichu, please, call me Sona when no one is around. I don't know if I can. Why not? It's so sudden, I need some acclimatization to calling you like that. Even with Ria's it took a long while before I became comfortable with calling her that. I see. Well, my question still stands. I really don't know how to answer that question. On one hand, Kaichu is a beautiful girl, and I would not hesitate in saying yes, if only it weren't Kaichu. I don't know how Ria's will react, or Akeno or Asia or Koneko. And I especially didn't know how Saji would react. He'd probably kill me if I did that. Ah, see, it's not that I wouldn't like it, you're very beautiful, I just is this because of my dragon nature? Probably. But still, it's not only that. I think. It's a weird feeling for me, you know. I'm not very used to feeling like this. But please, don't understand me wrong, but I don't know how the girls of a cult research club would react. I'm sure they wouldn't be very angry. I don't even know what to do with a man in bed. Haichu. You don't have to tell me these things. This is way too direct. Oh okay, let's say they wouldn't mind. There is another dragon close to you, one that also sees me as his rival. Yes, Saji is also a dragon. But I have told you before that he is more like a brother to me. That's true, but please, understand. He'd kill me if I did that. Plus, now that he knows I had with most of Ria's peerage, he has undoubtedly set a similar goal for himself. Are you saying that out of respect for your rival or something else? Definitely out of respect. Like I told you before, you are very beautiful, and Saji has eyes for you. He is definitely not the only one that does. But he is definitely feeling like shit right now because he thinks he is so far behind me. He didn't even get it from you yet and I did. On the forehead, but I did and he didn't. He may become very angry. So this is a definite no from you? Please, don't be sad. It was not my intention. I'm a bad speaker, I just cannot say things the way I meant to. All I'm trying to say is, please give Saji a chance first. Then, if you realize he definitely isn't the right person, I can accept. Because of respect for my rival. You obviously respect Saji a great deal. You are very noble, Ice-kun. So, it is no for now. I understand. Can you, though? But no one can know, okay? It would kill Saji. Yes. I won't tell a soul. As she says that, she is coming towards me, her purple eyes shining bright. She comes to me, then stops. I never had a guy before. See, can you me? Haichu. You also have that side where you turn into a woman depending on a man. I watch in disbelief for a second, then put my hands around hers and pull her towards me. I approach her and feel her breath on me for a moment before we are joined. She is very soft, probably softer than Asia. She starts shaking a little, so I grab her a bit tighter so she doesn't fall. I lean out and she flails her hands around me, puts her head on my shoulder and starts gently crying. Sona, did I do anything wrong? And no, Ice. It's just such a nice feeling, being a guy. I've never felt like this before. I don't make much sense, do I? Actually, you do. I felt kinda similar when raised me for the first time. Riaz is so lucky to have you. I will try to work out something between me and Saji. But if I don't like it, I can ask you again, right? That's what I said. And I still stand by those words. So that's a deal, then. You can go now. She morphed back into the tough Kaichu almost in an instant. I am very surprised at this. I bow my head, turn around and reach for the door handle. Ice-kun. Yes. Thank you. It's alright. Just don't mention this last bit to anyone, please. I won't. So she hasn't changed perfectly. There is still some of that dependent persona in her voice. I walk down the hallway, puzzled about today's events and not paying much attention to my surroundings. What went through my head in there? A year ago I would say yes without hesitation, just being overjoyed that a girl asked me that question. Hell, I would say yes 2 months ago. Is this the harem effect? Losing will for doing lecherous things, knowing there's always someone else who wants to be with you and you don't have to put effort into it. This can't be happening. I can't change so rapidly. Mitsuda and Motohama would freak out if they heard I just denied Kaichu. I'm not even sure myself that it was the right thing to do. But it felt so unfair to Saji. He can never find out what happened today. Outside the old school building there are still Kiba, Zenobia, Irina and Asia. They all have a weird look on their faces. Of course, they are curious as to why Kaichu wanted to talk to me. Oh, well. Nothing very important. Just something about my sacred gear. She wants Saji to become an even better Dragon King, so she asked how I keep a very close bond with Drag. I am amazed that I managed to tell such a meaningful lie. We finally go home now. I don't even manage to get through house doors when Koneko is already on me, hugging me tightly. I hugged her back. After talking to everybody about the exam, we start talking about our missions and errands. I don't really listen, I'm still a bit dumbfounded at Kaichu's behavior today. Koneko, who is sitting in my lap, of course sees something is wrong, so she goes with me to my room after the meeting. Ice, what's wrong? Nothing, I am just still surprised how easy the exam was. Are you sure? Why wouldn't I be? You know I cannot lie to you. I am not really lying. It's true that I'm still surprised at the difficulty of the exam. Luckily she is satisfied with the answer and doesn't ask anything else and starts my therapy. So nice to feel her warmth on my body again. Oh, the softness. It's almost like I am in heaven when Koneko uses on me. It appears that the affection the therapist feels towards the receiver positively impacts the power of therapy. I say so because lately I can feel a stronger influx of energy. Is it that, or has Koneko just got stronger? Koneko? Yes, Ice. Have you gotten stronger? What do you mean? I feel stronger energy from you when you use dot. Is it too much? No. Just wondering. It feels really good. She looks at me with her cute eyes. She smiles. I thought you wouldn't notice. I was training my Nekomata powers with Kuroka. She comes sometimes at night and she helps me. But you just let her in. Does anyone know? No. They can't, Ice. I didn't plan to tell. It's your job. Thank you for being so understanding. I hug her and her hair. Then I think of something. Koneko, you don't bring her into my room, right? Well. Koneko. She doesn't do anything because I won't let her. It's just that she has to see you from time to time or she wouldn't train me anymore. So she never did anything weird while in this room? No. I would feel it. That's good. She may be your sister, but she is still on the volley team. I know. I just don't know any other Nekomata to help me, and Kuroka is one of the strongest Nekomata, so. I understand. I don't hold it against you. Want to hold something else against me? She looks at me with a little devil in her eyes. I knew immediately what she meant. But there was a doorbell and before I knew it, the doors to my room opened and Ravel entered. "Ai-san, you have visitors. I'll come at once. I am not expecting anybody so I don't know what to expect. But I definitely don't expect this. There are Kuroka and Lefay in our living room. Others are also there. Ai-sama, hello." Lefay is her usual polite self. It's amazing how polite she is with everybody, she doesn't really fit in the volley team. Other members are much more impulsive and reckless. She does everything with deadly precision and always thinks things over. "Sekuryu-chin, good to see you again. It seems like only last week, though." I look down at Koneko, who just nods without saying anything. So it's been less than a week since Kuroka was in my room. Well, I don't feel anything weird, so she couldn't have done much harm. "We heard you had a tough battle, Sekuryu-chin. How did you know?" "Yufu, we know a lot of things. Doesn't matter, I guess. It wasn't as tough as I thought." Ai-sama says that after such a battle he really is a fearless dragon. "We heard that you have some new powers. So we decided to come check them out." I'm surprised at Kuroka's words. What do you mean, check them out? Just the two of you? What about other members of your team? We heard it was female exclusive. Lefay says that shyly. I don't know how to react to this. We also heard that the powers aren't complete yet. That they need some addition to become the perfect circle, should I say. I widen my eyes in disbelief. They know everything already. Ravel also looks at me, waiting for what I'll say. Yes, they aren't complete yet. In fact, I have to collect 3 more powers. I don't know where, though. And how do you go about collecting these powers exactly, Ai-san? Ravel asks that. I don't know if I should answer truthfully or not. But before I can say anything, Kuroka starts talking. I heard it needs something lecherous, very lecherous. A wide smile runs across her face. Hey. Don't say things like that in front of my innocence. I should have known. That is how Ai-san gained his powers up to now. But they are stronger than earlier ones, so I thought it was finally something he worked hard for. Hey. Just because something is lecherous doesn't mean it isn't hard work. I say that. Ara, it is definitely hard work. Keno. What are you saying? Don't do that. Koneko hugs me tightly. At least someone doesn't tease me. Shirin, what are you doing? Oh, shit. She doesn't know about us yet. Fuck. That can't be good. Shirin, what have you been doing with Sekuryu-chin to be so close to him? Koneko's face turns red and she doesn't say anything. She just buries her head in my chest. This makes me feel a bit uncomfortable because I don't know what to expect from Lefay and mostly Kuroka. But as Kuroka doesn't stop asking, Koneko says it. I love Ai-san, ni-sama. I'm starting to guess how the powers were acquired. Howled Sekuryu-chin. I don't really know what to make of this. Something bad is going to happen, I know it. Well, to be honest with you, Ai-sama, we wanted to see what kind of powers you have. Could you please demonstrate them for us, great op-eye dragon? Lefay is a big fan of my character. It's kind of cute, to be honest, for a terrorist girl to be a big fan of some child program. Since I once said to never let my fans down, I had to accept the plea, even though it is quite dangerous to show off to an enemy. So I take them down to our training room after a short nod from Azazel. Once we arrive in that room, I position myself in the middle of it and concentrate on my magic power. Wait, so it works without a balance breaker? Yes, Kuroka, it is different from everything we've seen from Ice before. Ria says that while I'm still concentrating. Mystic nature activate. As I already think I won't be able to pull it off, I feel a strange rush through my body and a circle appears. It has 8 holes in it and 5 of them slowly charge with different color orbs. Lefay looks ecstatic and Koneko suspicious. Can you show what exactly those orbs do? Not so sure, I want to show my enemies everything. Then just one orb, please, Sekiryutai-chin. This is a hard decision for me. Under no circumstances I cannot show Akeno's and Ria's orbs, they would destroy this room. Koneko's would be too easy for her to find out, Zenobia isn't anything much, and Asia is, well, tactically too good. I can let you choose between the silver and white orb. Then I choose white dot. Step closer. She positions herself a few meters away from me. White orb, attack. White cat overtime strike. The horde of white cat familiars jumps at Koneko, who tries to dodge them. Her agility is really impressive. She dodges most of them. This is obviously Shiren's power. But it only scratches a little. Are all attacks this weak? Try to close your wounds. As I say that, she tries to use Nekomata powers to close the wound but fails and more blood starts dripping from the scratch wounds. You see, it's a damage over time attack. It's slowly depleting your power and life force. As of now, only Asia can heal these wounds. We haven't tested it on Phoenix Tears yet, so we don't know how it would react to that. Asia, heal her, please. Why yes, at once. As Koneko is engulfed in the green light of Asia's healing power, Lefay looks at me in admiration. I'm impressed, Sekiryutai-chin. It's actually a useful attack unlike some other attacks of yours. Hey. And I also think I know how it was collected. Seems like so much fun. Shiren, was he good? You can't ask that. That has to be against some kind of rules or laws, right? Not that she cares much for rules since she's a terrorist, but still. Koneko turns red again. Heavenly. Koneko. What will happen to me now? You shouldn't say that. I think. Or should she? Naya. What did you say, Shiren? I said he was heavenly, Ni-sama. Oh, this will be a lot more fun than I thought. Afterwards we went upstairs and had some tea. Then they left and I felt something in my pocket. I said to myself I'd look at it after they leave. It was a piece of paper. All it said was, I will come again tonight. I have to ask you something. Lefay. Just what would she have to ask me? Does it have something to do with the contract with a magician every devil needs? If it was that, I'd have to ask Ravel about it, she is my manager, after all. I go to my room again to think about this, but of course Koneko is there on the bed, waiting for me. Now where were we? She has a certain look in her eyes I haven't seen before. Actually I did, but she wasn't herself then. Is she in heat again? Can't be, she doesn't look like then. I like that look, to be perfectly honest. It's some kind of a mix between an innocent little girl and a very experienced girl from some of my era manga. I went to bed with her. She grabs onto me and throws me on the bed. She is so strong. Koneko must be training her very hard. She climbs on top of me and assumes the lead. You know, I wasn't lying before. When? In the living room or in the training room? Both. I love you too, Koneko. I feel her tiny gently grazing my skin through our clothes. She takes my hands and places them on her. Such a firm, how didn't I notice this earlier? It feels so nice caressing it. I have a condom for today. I want you to explode inside, but not to impregnate me. She says it with authority and I have no intention to disagree. It is something I wanted to do since I lost my virginity to Ria's. I read somewhere that exploding inside is a great experience that must be felt at least once. Koneko starts slowly to undress me. I try to undress her, but she won't allow me. After she undresses me, she starts to gently stroke my part. Then she undresses and comes to me again, offering me her part. I start licking slowly and am soon rewarded with her quiet sobs and irregular breathing. After a while she moves away and brings a condom from her clothes that are lying on the floor now. Before putting the condom on, she licks my part once or twice. After putting it on, she positioned her part immediately above mine and slowly started to slide down. She was still so tight, even though I didn't feel as much as without a condom. I did feel the warmth of her insides, but clearly she wasn't using it because I didn't feel that kind of warmth. Maybe the condom blocked it. Naya. Naya. She is quietly singing as she slides up and down faster and faster. The faster she's going, the more I feel the tension building up. She is growing louder as tension builds up inside her as well. Then she stops and closes her around mine. Her tongue starts to explore and I battle it weakly. Then she slowly stops me, lengthening and thinning the strand of saliva that connected us as she slides down my part again. The pressure builds rapidly from here in both of us. Before long, I feel that I can't hold back my explosion. She is becoming louder again as well. Hi. Hi. It appears we both explode at the same time. I feel the pumping sensation in the tight space of Koneko's part and she screams silently every time it pulses. I also breathe harder every time I feel a pulse. That feeling. Yes, that was amazing. After our bodies calm down, she slides off my part and lies on my side, putting her head on my chest. We have to repeat this as soon as possible. Yes. I wasn't able to speak much more than that. It exhausted me quite a bit. Koneko was her usual quiet self, but with a very cute smile on her face. She edged my chest a few times. As I regain some of my thinking ability, I start to think about Lefay's letter again. What does she need to ask me and why didn't she do it before? Why does she have to come tonight and will she be alone? Should I talk to Ravel about this? I guess I have to wait until evening to get my answers. Up till then I'll just enjoy the embrace of my cute little Koneko. It is the evening. I am waiting for Lefay in the living room. I didn't tell anyone yet that she's coming back. It might be a bad thing, but Lefay honestly looks like she wouldn't hurt a fly. There's just something in her eyes that is so reassuring. Maybe the way she idolizes my character in the kiddie show that Surzich's Sama is financing. I don't really know what it is that makes me feel safe, but I do and that's the point. I hope she doesn't knock or ring when she comes. Judging from the way she usually appears, she'll just appear in the living room. And she does. I see a blue magic circle appear in front of me and in a flash, she is standing there. She bows as soon as the magic circle disappears. Good evening, Sama. Good evening. I suppose you have read my note, right? I did. What is it you wanted to talk about? Well, it's mostly about the pact between a magician and a devil. Yes. I should pick one soon, I know. I thought that maybe you would like to make a pact with me, Sama. I am honestly not very surprised at this offer. I did expect it had something to do with this. I see. Did you send the application? I didn't. I was scared then. Nervous, rather. But I have been gaining courage for the past few months. I was hoping you haven't chosen the magician yet. But I couldn't ask in front of Kuroka-sama and all the others that were here before. I still haven't gained as much courage. Well, I haven't chosen one yet. But there is a small problem. I say that while stroking my hair gently. Why yes. Well, the applications for me are all handled by my manager, Ravel. You know, the Phoenix girl. The blonde one with long drill-like locks. That's exactly the one, yes. I see. So I don't have a chance, is what you're saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that maybe Ravel should accompany us here if this is what you want to ask. She'd have to evaluate you and stuff. I'm not very sure how to bring it to her in a more gentle way. If it is really necessary, should I come back tomorrow or something? I'm not sure. I can go ask her to come down now if you feel courageous enough. And no, not today. I have to prepare a resume of my skills to present to your manager. Please, Sama, take this and message me through it when you and Ravel-sama would accept a meeting with me. She hands me some kind of a device that looks like a small bottomless hole. This works like this. You insert something in here and it sends that thing to the other device. So you should write a message. My father gave me 2 of these when I left. One is connected from me to him and this one wasn't in use up to now. It's a very useful invention from our lands. It is indeed very useful. I will contact you as soon as possible, Lefay. Would you like some tea? Sorry for not offering it before. Oh, thank you, Sama, but I must go. I will be awaiting your note. Well, goodbye then. She starts to form a magic circle. I stopped her. Wait. Why yes, Sama. You said before that you're mostly here to discuss the pact. So, what's the other thing you'd like to talk about? Oh, right. She sits down again. Her face changes. I was wondering about mystic nature. How it really works, how you discovered it, that kind of stuff. I am surprised. She looks genuinely interested in my powers. Is she here for reconnaissance as well? Well, I'm not sure I would talk about stuff like that with an enemy, however friendly the enemy is. I understand. It's okay if you don't want to talk about it. I know it doesn't mean much, but I promise I'm not here to spy on you. I am just interested since I haven't seen something like that before. And you know I have seen many powerful things with our team. Are my powers really that unique? I really have no idea why everybody is so interested in those powers. I believe you, Lefay. You can ask me about it. Really? Thank you so much, Sama. She is very excited, she even starts jumping slightly while clapping gently. Such enthusiasm. So, what do you want to know? Well, everybody is talking that the way you obtained those powers is extremely lecherous. Is that true? Well, it kind of is. So, if I were to give you one of the missing orbs, what would I have to do? That was an unexpected question. I think about the answer for a while. Sama, is something wrong? And no, I was just thinking of the easiest way to tell you this. And I have to be honest with you. I didn't really expect this question. Well, you don't have to answer that yet if you don't feel like it. No, I will answer. It's just well you would have to give me your virginity. Her face turns red. I don't know what to say. Well, take your time. She is disgusted by it, right? Now that she knows this, she probably won't want to become my magician. And how would I give my virginity to you? Did she really just ask that? She's that innocent. Do people like that really still exist? I thought only Asia was like that, she was a nun after all. You really don't know? And no. I wasn't taught much other than magic in my country. I'm sorry, let me just process that it's very rare for someone not to know these things. Is it some kind of an everyday activity? Lefay, in a way, it's you know, why you're part, right? IP part. Am I really going to have to explain all the difference between a man and a woman at once? This will be tough. Well, the thing between your legs. What about it? Well, you girls have that. We boys have a different part there. And the boy part goes inside the girl part. This is called dot. I goes inside. It must not be too big, then, right? And no, normally not. How big is that part? Can you show me yours? Lefay. That's a bit too direct. You can't ask people that. Sorry. So, this thing where and how is virginity a part of it? Well, a girl or boy who didn't have one before is called a virgin. So, basically, to give your virginity to me would mean to have it with me and that it would be your first time having it. So, I'm a virgin and Koneko-sama who gave you the white orb isn't. Yes, that's basically it. So that's why Kuroka-sama was so lost in thoughts before. I asked her about the way you got the powers, but she wouldn't answer. Was she angry that her younger sister gave her virginity to you before her? That's a weird question, Lefay. I don't know the answer to it. Under any circumstance, you shouldn't ask her if that's the reason. I don't know much about girls, but I know that they can sometimes get mad, but nothing really important happened. So please, whatever you do, just don't ask her about it, okay? Yes, Issei-sama. We don't talk for about a minute. Issei-sama. Yes, Lefay. Would you like to take my virginity? What? Was that too direct? Should I say something else? She looks down in disappointment at her own words. It's just I was unprepared for this question. Don't look so sad, please. You are too cute to be sad. So that is a no. Lefay. What are you talking about? I don't know. You just told me stuff I never heard about before and I guess I am confused. I just want to know what it is like, but on the other hand I am scared of it. But I think that since you are the great Eye dragon, nothing bad can happen to me. It's just. She starts to cry. I jump towards her and quickly hug her, pushing her head in my chest so that no one can hear her cry. She shouldn't even be here and I will get severely punished if someone finds out. It worked, her cry is muffled and she soon stops crying. I try to lift her from my chest, but she hangs on tightly. She is quite strong for such a frail-looking girl. She's way too nice for her team. She is just a little scared girl, after all. Calm down. I'll think about it. But first I will have to sort out the question of you being my magician. Yes. I shall go now. I'll return when you summon me for the meeting. Goodbye. And just like that, she created a magic circle and left. Next morning I wake up with all my girls next to her on me. Everybody is still asleep. It will be difficult to slip out of bed without waking everybody up. I decided to wait a bit and think about what Lefay told me yesterday and if I want her to become my magician. After a while, Ravel wakes up. Great. Just the one I wanted to talk to. Hey, already morning. Oh, hey, senpai. Good morning, Ravel. Listen, I have a question for you. What is it? You know, applications of those magicians you are checking out. What about them? Have you selected any already? No, there hasn't yet been someone powerful enough for your reputation. Okay. Then I want to ask you for your opinion about a certain magician that just popped into my head. You know magicians? Only one, to be honest. Remember yesterday? Her eyes widened. I'm not sure that Lefay-san would be a good candidate. While that may be true, do you think it will hurt if we arrange a meeting with her where she can tell us her qualifications, and so on? Did she send an application? I don't think so. Then you can't select her. If she doesn't even apply, how can you be sure she'll even want to make a pact with you? It's just a hunch. She is a great fan of my show, she doesn't really fit in the terrorist group, she's only with them because of her brother, Arthur-san. Right, there's also the problem of her being a terrorist. That might not be a great reputation enhancer for you, Ai-san. Well, we don't have to say everything about her, do we? Plus, she isn't really a terrorist, she's just tagging along. That might be true. We can have a meeting with her, I suppose. But, Ai-san, are you thinking of making a pact with her just because she's a… She looks at me judgingly after saying that. Well, that's one of the reasons, but I can't tell her that. Well no yes maybe. Oh, Ai-san, you are always so lecherous. And you don't even like me. What is wrong with me? Am I not pretty enough for you, Ai-san? What are you talking about, Ravel? I'm talking about me, a phoenix, you, a dragon, and the incredible power that could be with our union. But you don't even look at me, only at all those other girls, and I feel left out and… She stops talking and starts crying. I don't know what to do for a moment, and before I realize I can pull her closer to me, the whole bed is awake. What is going on here? Ara, what's with the crying? That yakitori again. Ravel. Hey, are you okay? Oh, boy. This will need some explaining. Oh well. It's not like it's the first time. Breakfast is every bit as awkward as I thought. I'm quietly eating the food and I feel their looks on me. Everybody. Even Gasper, who doesn't quite know what is going on. And it's all silent. Ravel still has tears on her face, and Koneko is glaring with a look that can probably melt steel. Akeno is her usual smiling self, she is definitely enjoying what's happening. Asia is looking around, trying to come to terms with what happened earlier. Zenobia is also looking pretty angry. Only Riaz isn't puzzled or sad or angry, but she is looking at me nonetheless. I try to start some kind of conversation, but nobody joins in, so I just stop after a while. I finish my meal and go to the training room, where I am joined after a while by Riaz. Ice. Yes, Riaz. Can you explain what happened? I have a quite good idea of it, but probably it will be clearer while we're alone. Ah. Of course she wants to talk about that. It will be one of the hottest conversation starters, probably for the next few weeks. So, Lefay came to me tonight. Yes. That much I have understood. She came to discuss my pact with a magician and to say her willingness to make a pact with me. But she is an outlaw. Yes. And I told her that. And that I have to consult my manager about it anyway. And I promised her to ask Ravel if she could overlook the lack of application from her and maybe have an interview with her. I see. I understand now why Ravel is mad. You do? Do you really not see what it is that bothers her? I really don't. Can you tell me? Oh, Ice. Do you remember the raiding game we had with Razor? How could I forget the moment I made myself so weak I couldn't protect my king? I remember every moment of it and I remember it with grief. Yes. I remember. Ravel was there too, remember? I do. And what was her attitude against you, Ice? If I recall correctly, she hated me even more than Razor. Exactly. That was because you were weak then, and Razor was the most powerful young devil. I am still weak. But not nearly as weak as then. And your powers grew and grew while Razor's weren't improving half as much. Are you saying I am stronger than him now? Maybe. I'm not certain. But I know this. You are stronger. And this is the reason why Ravel was sent to us. Not just to be your manager, though that is very nice. Are you trying to say? She can't mean that. It's unthinkable. I can't believe I even understand the same thing as Riaz. But could it be true? You're a dragon, Ice. She is a phoenix. Two fire creatures. Nobody knows what immense power could come from the union between these beasts. She was sent to you in hopes of overcoming me, so you would marry her, not me. However, they couldn't know my kitten stole you away from me before they could. She is referring to Koneko, of course. I see the sadness in her face. Riaz, I say, shivering. Please don't cry. I go to her and hug her. I'm sorry, Ice. I just imagine what our life would be after you take me as your wife, but love Koneko more than me. I fear I won't be able to withstand it as gallantly as I thought. Does she really love me this much? But I love her too. Almost as much as Koneko. And I am a dragon, we make our harems naturally. Now that I think of it, I don't know how women in harems feel about other wives. Is harem life really that emotional to the girls? I haven't been thinking much about it other than from my perspective. You are right, I said. I never thought about it that way. I was thinking about me and only me. Oh no, it's not your fault, Ice, she said with a straight head. I'm probably just overthinking it. It's not like you will forget me, right? Never. I can never forget you. You brought me back from the dead, remember? Yes, I do. After you had called for me. I feel better now. Fancy a spar, since we are in the training room. She looks happier now. Did she understand? Did I? I nod to her offer and brace for impact. A few blows from my side, a few from hers. I block before trying to retaliate. Ice. Yes. How do you feel about this Phoenix thing? Well, I don't know, really. What do you think? I had time to think about it. It is good for you, I think. How? You have always wanted a harem, haven't you? I blush. Of course I did, it's every man's dream. I stroke my hair slowly. Well yes, I did. But I never knew it would be this hard. What is so hard about it? Keeping all the girls happy, of course. After a while we finish our spar and as I go to my room to change and wash, I see Ravel sitting on my bed. She is not crying now. Maybe she wants to tell me something regarding Lefay. Ravel. I didn't expect you here. Well, Issei, I have been thinking. About that thing you asked me this morning. Ravel, you don't have to if you don't want it. It was just an idea. I tried to explain, but she looks stern. No, that is not a problem at all. I understand why you would think she is capable of being your magician. Even if she is a terrorist. She isn't really a terrorist, she is just hanging with them because of her brother. That is true, but willing or not, members of the party of terrorists are terrorists as well. I could only agree with her. She is so smart and always thinks before she says anything, much different to me. Well, as I was saying, I can allow her to come for an interview. Can you message her? I will do that at once. I start writing the message immediately at my desk. In the end I have written a short message. Lefay. Ravel decided you can come here for an interview. Message me when you can spare some time. Issei Haidu. I throw it into the gadget Lefay gave me and watch in awe as the message is getting smaller and smaller, eventually disappearing. I wonder if it really worked the way Lefay told me. I do not doubt her, but I'm still curious as to what kind of magic is required for this to work. What's that, Issei? To tell you the truth, I'm not sure myself. It's a gadget that Lefay gave me tonight and it can be used to transmit messages almost instantly from here to wherever the person that has the other end is. I have not even the slightest idea how it works. Ravel is looking at the thing in curiosity. We don't have to wait a long time for the message to return. Issei. I am honored by this, be sure to tell that to your manager. I can come in a few days, on Thursday, if that's alright with you. Lefay Pendragon. So I guess that is dealt with. I answer in a hurry with the hour Ravel tells me. I guess since that is dealt with, I can leave now, Issei. Ravel bows slightly and exits the room. I lay down on bed, thinking. What could happen to change Ravel's mind so quickly? Does she want something from me? Is it true what Riaz told me earlier? Is the Phoenix family really trying to catch me in their intrigue to make a fiery union between a dragon and a phoenix? Do they have any secret motives behind that? The Phoenix family really isn't to be trusted, I understand that much. What if Riaz isn't right and Ravel was just sent to me on her wish? I kind of hope Riaz is wrong and that it was purely Ravel's wish after seeing the success of my show. Hey, comrade. How's life? Are you awake? Well, not for a very long time. Maybe an hour. Long enough. What do you make of what happened today? I heard the tone the bird girl used when talking to you. I sense Riaz is quite right. It is probably really meant to create some sort of an ultimate fire monster. So there is no chance Ravel is sincere. She could be. I don't know. Well, previous Ekurutes probably had a lot of women. They did. Don't you remember their tones and intentions? Comrade, there were too many to remember all, or even a fraction, to be honest. I only know that I felt a certain kind of sincerity in the bird girl's voice. That's oddly reassuring. Are you awake for good now? Maybe, if you don't decide to die again. Even then I'd probably have to leave your body, since there probably won't be Office and Great Red there to give their powers to you. I have no intention to die. The sooner this Cow's Brigade problem is dealt with, the better. More time for me to enjoy girls. That's exactly how I remember you. Sincere to the point of stupidity and very simple goals. Only there is a problem of achieving the goal. You know that it won't be easy, right? I know, Drake. And I hate it. You know that too. Well, I guess I remember that as well. Either way, I'm awake now, yeah. You can achieve a balance breaker again. I am overjoyed to hear that. It has been a while. You know I learned to fly without the balance breaker now. That's great, comrade. I sit on the bed for a while, continuing to talk to Drake. Then I hear a knock on the door. Enter. Koneko enters, closes the door and jumps straight into my lap, purring as she lies on my knees. Drake is awake again, you know. She lifts her head and looks at me, smiling. She isn't angry anymore, I think. I try to pat her head, but she catches my hand and starts licking it, not even saying a word. And for a moment I forget about Ravel and the possible intrigues I might find myself in. As long as I have Koneko, I am a happy and safe boy. Thanks for watching this video. If you really enjoy this video, like, subscribe and comment down below and turn on that bell notification. Don't forget to support and follow the LOJZK91 for writing that awesome fanfic and also make sure to comment on this story link in the description. See you in the next video. Goodbye.